All right, guys, we got this. Let's go. Gun wide trip sweep. Pros X go. On one. On one. Ready?
Ready.
What's up, guys? It's Pick'em with HuddleGG, and in today's video we're going to talk about how we can use a single play to attack a variety of different coverages for easy one-play touchdowns here in Madden 24. The play that we're going to be using is going to be PA post shot in the gun trio offset formation, and this can be found in the spread playbook. Now, if you're not running the spread playbook, that's fine. There are other formations and other playbooks that have similar plays to this, but I do want to show you what you want to look for. So if you're not using the spread playbook, you want to find a trip style set in your playbook that has these two routes to the left side of the field. Okay, so you want that outside receiver in this deep skinny post, and you want this unique crossing route from the middle receiver. As long as you have those two routes, you can mimic every concept we're going to talk about in today's video. Now, in today's video, we're going to talk about how we can use this one play to attack cover 3, cover 4 drop, Tampa 2 with a deep middle third, and cover 4 quarters, all with a few different adjustments. Okay, so first what we want to talk about is we want to talk about cover 3 and cover 4 drop, because this setup's going to be the exact same for the two coverages. All right, so what we want to do is we want to come out with our trips to the wide side of the field. We want to put our tight end on a corner. We want to put our inside receiver on a streak, and we want to put the outside receiver on an in route. Okay, we are going to motion hike this outside receiver. It's not necessary for the bomb play to work. I just like it to keep the attention of the user a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to motion him and say hike right as he gets behind that middle receiver. All right, so we motion him as soon as he gets behind the middle receiver. We're going to say hike. Now we're just going to buy time in the pocket, wait for that Y to get into that opening, and we're going to be able to throw that for the easy one-play touchdown. Now, again, this is against cover 3, but we will run each of these concepts twice against each coverage just to show you that they're not a fluke and they are going to be very consistent. So again, against cover 3 here, what we want to do, trips to the wide side of the field, tight end on a corner, inside receiver on a streak, outside receiver on a short in, and we're going to motion him, and as soon as he gets behind that middle receiver, we're going to say hike. We're just going to buy that time in the pocket, wait for that Y to get open, and we're going to be able to throw that there. We didn't get a great animation there to get into the end zone, but you can see an easy 55-yard play there. Let's run it one more time against this cover 3 just to show you. As long as we don't get that weird animation, we can get in for the easy touchdown. But you can see how wide open that guy was regardless, right? So again, we're going to run this. We're going to wait for that guy to get into that opening. We're going to throw that. Again, we get that good rack animation. We're able to take that in for the easy score. Now, against cover 3, I will show you the two routes that really make this work. And it's going to be the tight end on the corner, and it's going to be the streak. Right, so this tight end on the corner is going to do a good job of keeping that outside corner down over here. And then the streak is going to do a good job of keeping that safety to the middle of the field, which opens up that wide area of grass for us to throw that in for the easy touchdown, right? Now, our short in route here is really, again, just used to get the user's attention. But if for some reason the user ignores this and runs back with 13 on the deep route that we're trying to hit for the touchdown, we'll just throw this underneath as our check down, right? So this in route is our check down if they do cover the bomb deep. Okay, now again, that's cover 3. Against cover 4 drop, we're going to do the same setup. Now, I do want to say against cover 4 drop, this most of the time isn't going to be a touchdown, but it's going to be about a 50-yard completion. Okay, so we may not get ourselves in the end zone, but we're still going to be able to get deep completion down the field. And again, the setup is the exact same. Trips to the wide side of the field, tight end on a corner, inside receiver on a streak, outside receiver on a short in, and I do like to motion hike him. And again, we're just going to sit in the pocket, buy our time. And what we want to do here is we want to wait for that guy to get past the safety and throw it in that gap there. And if you can beat that safety to the corner, you still can get that touchdown. There will be times where that safety makes the tackle on you. That is okay. Like I said, we're still going to be able to get 50+ yards. All right, so again, here against cover 4 drop, you can see we're going to put the tight end on a corner. We're going to put the B on a streak. We're going to put the outside receiver on a short in. We're going to motion hike him in, and we're going to say hike as soon as he gets past that middle receiver. With this one, we just want to buy our time. When that guy gets past the safety, we're going to throw that in that gap there. You can see they did make the tackle, but we were able to get 50 to 55 yards. If we look at the replay here real quick, you can see that this tight end corner route is going to do a really great job at attacking this outside corner and keeping him down. And this streak is actually he's obviously going to pull the left of screen safety, but the right of screen safety keeps getting depth because of that streak. You can see how deep that safety is down the field, which opens up this gap in the defense, which is where we're trying to fit that ball into. And again, our short in would still be our check down against cover 4 as well. Now, if you do like these concepts you're seeing in today's video, make sure you head over and check out the rest of this spread offensive game plan, which is found at HuddleGG. It's over 2 hours and over 50 different videos talking about how we can attack every different type of defense and coverage out of the spread playbook. Okay, now let's get back into this video. Now, what we want to do is we want to talk about cover 2 next. Okay, so if we go into a cover 2 defense, right, you can see cover 2 here. What we want to do is we are going to utilize a flipping of the play here. Okay, so we do want to come out with the trips to the wide side to start, but we're going to flip the play immediately. And as soon as the middle receiver gets behind the right guard, right, that's when we're going to put him on a streak. Okay, so we're going to flip our play and we're going to get ready to put the Y on a streak, but wait until he gets behind the guard. As soon as he gets behind the guard, we're going to put him on a streak. And what that does is it puts him on this wheel route. Okay, so that Y receiver you have to put on the streak while he's in motion. All right, from there, all we want to do is put the inside receiver on an in, and we want to smart route him to that 10 yards. Okay, so against Tampa 2, this is going to be very, very effective when the down and distance is around that 10-yard mark. Okay, now, you saw in the last couple of plays, we were utilizing that Y on that crossing route. Here, we're going to be utilizing that deep skinny post we talked about. Okay, so first, we're going to show it against just a normal Tampa 2 without a deep middle third. Okay, so we're going to say hike here. We're just going to buy our time in the pocket. We're going to wait for that B to get over here, and you're going to see it's going to be an easy one-play touchdown over the top. Okay, this is against a normal Tampa 2. Again, I'll show you it one more time. We're going to start with the trips to the wide side of the field. We're going to flip the play, put that Y on a streak as soon as he passes the opposite guard, which does put him on that wheel, and then we're going to smart in route this inside receiver. Okay, so again, against cover 2, we're just going to buy our time, and here I actually did forget to switch to a cover 2 defense. Let's just throw that ball away real quick. We still had cover 3 defense on that play, so this setup is not going to work against a cover 3 defense. So again, let's go to that cover 2. You can see here, cover 2 defense. We're going to flip that play. We are going to put the Y on a streak as soon as he passes that guard, getting him on that wheel. Smart in route that inside receiver. Again, against cover 2, we're just going to buy our time in the pocket, allow that B to get across the safety, and we're going to be able to throw that over the top for that easy one-play touchdown. Okay, so against cover 2, the reason why this works so effectively is, first of all, when we get this wheel on the field, right, he's going to keep the attention of this safety, right? This safety has to recognize that this wheel's running down the sideline, so he can't just run with the post, right? He has to split these two, which gives us this wide open middle of the field, right? Now, the left of screen safety, he doesn't have anyone deep on his side of the field, so he's actually going to come down and play this deep in route, okay? So you can see here, he has no one deep, so he never gets the depth to cover the post because the post is on the opposite side of the field, and that just opens that up for the wide open touchdown. Okay, now the great thing is if they do go put a deep middle third on the field, which a lot of people will do from a middle linebacker spot, we can still run the exact same setup we just did. Okay, so start out with that trips to the wide side of the field. We're going to flip the play. We're going to put Y on a streak as soon as he's behind that right of screen or right guard. We're going to put the X on an in, and we're going to smart route him. Okay, so again, this is Tampa 2 with the deep middle third now, right? It's not going to be as open as the one we just did, but this deep in, or this smart routed in from the X receiver is actually going to do a good job of helping keep that deep middle third down just long enough for us to throw the B over the top. Okay, so again, here, we're just going to sit here. We're going to wait for him. You're going to see we're going to be able to throw that over the top, and we're going to be able to get that one-play touchdown even when they put a deep middle third on the field. All right, so if we go look at the replay here, what you're going to see is, like I said, this guy here, this left of screen linebacker, was the guy who's on the deep middle third. See how he goes to run, but as soon as this in route breaks at that like 10 to 12 yard mark, you see how the safety here shuffles his hips, and now he's putting, he's not running back anymore, right? You see him start to run, but as soon as that in route breaks, it does hold this guy down just long enough for that deep post to get over the top and get ourselves that one-play touchdown. Okay, so one more time against Tampa 2, when they put the deep middle third on the field. You can see here, again, Tampa 2 defense, deep middle third. We're going to flip this play. We're going to put the Y on a streak when he's getting behind that right guard. We're going to put the X on a smart routed in. Okay, again, from there, we just say hike. We buy the time in the pocket. We're going to wait. We're going to throw that ball over the top, and you can see we hold that middle linebacker just long enough to get that ball in for the easy one-play touchdown. Okay, so we've talked about cover 3, we've talked about cover 4 drop, we've talked about Tampa 2 and Tampa 2 at the deep middle third. Now we're going to talk about cover 4 quarters if they're running a match style defense. Okay, so against cover 4 quarters, we will need to switch the formation. We do actually want to run this with the trips to the short side of the field. Okay, so everything to this point, we started out with the trips to the wide side of the field. Here in this one, we do want the trips to the short side of the field. And what you're going to see here is we want to first motion this outside receiver all the way across the formation, and we're going to put him on a post corner. Okay, from there we want to streak the tight end, and we want to put the inside receiver on a fade. Okay, so this is what our setup's going to look like against cover 4 quarters. All right, now from here, what you want to do is you just want to say hike. You want to buy the time in the pocket, and we're going to wait for that wide receiver, and he's going to get open, and we're going to be able to throw that, rack that up for the easy one-play touchdown. Now, this isn't going to be something where he's running 30 yards open, but again, match coverage is a man-style defense, and we're still able to get him open by about 5 yards there with that corner matching to him, okay? And we'll run it one more time, and then I'll show you why it works so effectively. Okay, so again, what we want to do is we want to come out with the trips to the short side of the field for this one. We want to motion this guy, the outside receiver, to the right side of the field, and we want to put him on a post corner. Okay, from there we want to streak the tight end, and we want to put the B on a fade, or that inside receiver on a fade. Okay, from there we're just going to say hike. We're going to buy our time in the pocket. We're going to wait for that wide receiver to get across that right of screen safety, throw that over the top, and get ourselves that one-play touchdown. Now, if we go to the replay, I'll show you why this works and what we're really using to take advantage of this matching coverage. Okay, so first of all, we're going to create a 2x2 look, which means that this outside corner now is going to be responsible for the outside receiver if he's running vertical. The problem is this inside stem, the outside corner doesn't recognize that he's going to match him until about the 7-8 yard mark. And at this point, we already have about, 2 to 3 yards of inside leverage. So we've already beat this guy on this route regardless. What you'll see next is you will at times get that safety to bump into the corner, which also gives us more separation. Now, the right of screen safety is responsible for the tight end, so he's never going to come off and guard us on this. And then the post corner over here is taking the outside corner out of the play. So again, we're just really creating almost a little rub route here to the left side of the screen between this outside corner and the safety. And even if they don't, again, connect and make contact there, because of our inside release on this crossing route, we're still able to get the inside leverage on this corner, and we'd still be able to throw this over the top even if we don't get that rub route. But you can see there, we're able to create that easy one-play touchdown. And you can see, again, this one play, we talked about how we can attack cover 3, cover 4 drop, cover 4 quarters, Tampa 2, and Tampa 2 with the deep middle third. So it can really give your opponent fits. So like I said, if you want to check out the rest of this game plan, head over to HuddleGG today.